Welcome back to Let's Mod NBA 2K. I know I've been away for a few days, but I'm back. So let's go ahead and jump back into these videos. In this video, we're going to quickly just talk about file names and how they're associated with each team in NBA 2K. So I know last video we talked about staying organized. So I want to kind of go over some of these file names with you. How to search those in the manifest and how they're associated with each team. So last video we made the spreadsheet, right? One quick thing I also want to tell you guys is make sure you have some type of file structure on your computer as well, so that you can stay organized that way too. So if you have a bunch of courts that you're going to make, some jerseys, some arenas, whatever, just make some folders for that stuff so you can stay organized on your computer side, as well as doing a spreadsheet if you're going to be doing some like really big project. All right, so what I want to show you guys for this is we're going to actually go to the tutorials and FAQ section of NLSC. We're going to go to the stadium and floor list. This is a quick way I can explain it. So within the archives, remember we talked about archives on one of my other earlier videos. We talked about these archives, 3F, 3E, these big archives here, right? Inside of these archives, there are going to be things called IFF files. They're going to be these files. These IFF files are smaller little archives that has a bunch of files in them. What we're going to end up doing when we start modding is we're going to take the IFFs out of these big archives, and then we're going to be changing those files up. So when we talk about the naming scheme for each team with NBA 2K, each team really has a three-digit number associated with it. So I want to kind of explain that to you real quick, just so you'll know what you're looking for when you start to like dig through the manifest and stuff like that. So this is the quickest way to look at it. So typically in NBA 2K, the Sixers are the first team listed when you load the game up, and then you at the play now screen, and then the Bucks is second. So that's how they name the teams based on the three-digit number. So the Sixers is always going to be 000. The Bucks is going to be 001. The Wizards is going to be 002. And that's just how when you load up the roster, if you just start the game and go to play now, that's the order of the team. So when we start to look at these different file names, so when we start to look at the courts for the Sixers, the courts for the Bucks, those same three-digit numbers are going to be associated with those files. So that's important to remember. So for example, if we're looking at the 76ers, the stadium for the 76ers, stadium, arena, whatever you want to call it, the file name for that is S000. So let's just say this is 76ers, right? We know the arena is S123. So again, this three-digit number here with the triple zeros is going to be associated with pretty much everything the 76ers has as far as game files within the game. So that's going to be the 76ers arena. If we scroll down and look at the floors, you have a floor list here. Your floors typically start with F, and then it has a three-digit number depending on whatever team you're talking about. So if we go down to, oh, he actually didn't list them because there's really no point, they're the same. So if we're talking about the Sixers, everything should match up. So if we're talking about the Sixers, the arena is S000, the floor should be F000, the crowd, just because I mess with these, I kind of know these off my head, the crowd should be underscore 000, and then the logo should be logo 000. So it's just good to kind of know that, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the manifest, and when we're looking for files, you'll kind of know what to look for, at least what the file name should start with when you're looking for certain files in the manifest. So let's say I go to the manifest. Now again, you probably will want 7-zip, not 7-zip, but Notepad++ when you're opening up the manifest. You can do Notepad, you can do Word, but it's probably better if you have Notepad++. Again, if you don't know where to get it, just go back to the complete guide to improve 2K20, scroll down to tools, and then I have a link for it right there. So once you get it, you're going to right click, edit with Notepad++. Once you have it installed, it'll open up like this. Now if I go ahead and do a Control F, and then I search for S000.iff, now again, the IFF is the file that's actually inside of these archives, and I'll show you that on the next episode when we actually open up the 2K Explorer. But those are the files that are going to be inside of these big archives, and those are the files we're actually going to be modifying when we start modding. So if we go ahead and go into the manifest and we do a search for s000.iff, hit find. We're looking for just that file name, and there it is. So this s00.iff file is located within the OI directory. So if we were to go back here, this file is going to be located within this big archive here. So if we were to look for, let's look for logo 000.iff. Oh, if I could type. The logo for the 76ers is in OC. So then if we take a look here, it's in this archive, the really big one. So it's just good to know the 3-digit moniker that each team has. So I just want to quickly go over that with you guys. When we're doing our mod, we're going to be just replacing the first 30 teams. So we're going to keep all the same file names. We're just going to be replacing those teams. So that'll make it really easy if you're doing some like fantasy league and you're only doing 30 teams. It's really easy to stay organized because you're just replacing each team that's already in the list. You're not doing any historical teams or all-time teams or anything like that. And when you get to those teams, you'll notice that the numbers get a little bit crazy. And I'll quickly just show you that here. So if we go back and we say, where's our stadium for this? So the 85-86 Bulls stadium is S551. So typically, sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're not, but the crowd file or the logo file may be 551 and maybe 123. You just never know, because after a while they kind of just messed up with the file name. So, but for the first 30 teams, every team pretty much keeps the same number. And then this is a way you can kind of quickly look at it if you need to, but usually it starts at 000, goes all the way down to 8, goes down to 6, skips 7, goes to 8, goes all the way down to 29. So S029 would be the last team in a roster list, and that will be the last number that you're going to be replacing. So it's just good to kind of know that how the teams are given their numbers. This is usually how it is for the first 30 teams. Once you get down here to these all-time teams, those numbers completely switch up. So, and this is why it's important if you're going to be doing more than 30 teams. This is why you keep a list like this, because you'll want to know what number you edited, what number you need to edit, things like that, and what number belongs to what team. But since we're only messing around with the first 30 teams, we know that these numbers aren't going to change from 000 down to 029. So just a quick video on the names as far as the IFF files that we're going to look at next video and how they're associated with each team. Stay tuned for the next video. In the next video, we're going to actually open up the 2K File Explorer, and then we're actually going to extract a logo or something out, and actually take a look at that file. So be prepared for the next video. I'm out. Peace.